Hello, now we are going to comment on the latest articles published on the PHP classes site blog, and this month, probably because it was shorter, there are not as many as in the past. There are only 3, but let's take a look at them. Why I'm listening to myself?
I don't know. Again?
Oh, it's the streaming that started. Somewhere here. It was in another window. Anyway, get back to the topic. Just sharing the screen here. The first article, let me put on the front screen so we can actually see the article. And the screen is here. So the first article that I'm going to comment is one that talks about.
We don't see a screen.
Yes, because I'm still.
It's a little green button with the text. What was it? Oh, screen share. Where did compartilhar go?
Yeah, because I took the language from the URL, so you don't have to to deal with that.
My Brazilian was my Portuguese was so bad, so you disabled it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, I was logged in, but it didn't assume I was logged in, so I reloaded. Over here, it's an article that compares using MySQLi and PDO in PHP in terms of performance, the differences, security matters, and there are a list of packages also for different purposes, like wrappers and the ORM packages. So this article was written by Asif Hamad, based from Pakistan, and the article is split in several parts. And it was written because people are, because of PHP 7 that discontinued the MySQL extension, people are looking for alternatives. So they either migrate to PDO or the MySQLi. And this article tells about the differences, how it is like to connect with each one, how it is taking advantage of prepared statements to achieve more security by avoiding SQL injection attacks, and also the difference in performance. There are some details that you should be aware, because when you use native prepared statements, just the prepare call, it's a round trip to the server.
Without executing the query, right?
Yeah. So you need to send the prepare statement. So prepare statements in reality were not meant for security purposes. That's one side application. It were meant to minimize the transfer of data during the execution of the same query multiple times. So if you want to do many inserts, you just prepare the statement and you execute the prepare statement multiple times, just transferring the values of the query, not the whole query.
Makes sense.
However, because of SQL injection problems that some people run to because they were not escaping the values, prepare statements start being preached as a way to protect you from SQL injections, but that is not in reality its main purpose. and you can actually escape the values of the for instance, string literals that you have to put on the query, and you can achieve more performance if you are not going to run a query more than once, because you avoid the call to do the prepared statement. But that is on when you are using native prepared statements supported by the database server. For PDO, initially it started supporting emulating prepared statements, so the purpose was more to protect against eventual exploits. However, that was not really the purpose of the prepared statements. So they realized that when you are using emulated prepared statements, it will be faster than not using the native prepared statements. Why? Because there is that round trip. So that is one detail that may make a difference. So if you want to actually run multiple queries to a database server, those queries are different, not the variant of the same. Emulating prepared statements ends up being faster, or in reality, inserting values that are escaped. They are already escaped. So that is why if you run, for instance, MySQL with emulated prepared statements, it may end up being faster than MySQL high. But that is not quite true when you use escaped values in the query instead of emulated prepared statements. So in terms of performance, MySQL is marginally better than using PDO, because PDO is mostly a wrapper around other things, and MySQL is the actual extension developed by the MySQL team, currently from Oracle, that know better MySQL and know better how to call it to take advantage of the different native features that influence performance. Anyway, other things that are mentioned in this article: converting MySQL applications to use PDO or MySQL. It talks about a couple of packages that exist, and you can migrate your code and use it as is, still calling the MySQL functions, but they are emulated by MySQL or PDO. There are a couple of packages that can do that. And then there is a section about package recommendations that use PDO or MySQL. So that is basically what this article is about, lots of types of recommendations. And finally, there is a recommendation on what to use in a new project. So it basically tells about the slight difference in performance, and also about the portability of code when you use PDO. Okay, but this article, I think that is all. Arthur's, what is the other article that you wanted to comment?
Yes, let me compartilhar my screen. I think it was this one. Okay, so I want to comment on tutorial on how to control an Android app or tablet using PHP web server or command line with Termux app. So I think when I was going in university, maybe first, maybe second year, one of my friends got a new phone, Nokia N series, which ran Maemo Linux operating system. And first cool thing he did with it was to run PHP on it, and even start a web server and could code PHP and do some stuff interesting. It was pretty cool. And basically, this article can allow you to do something similar on any Android phone. I don't think iOS is supported yet. I don't think it is, but probably it won't be because they don't have such access. But Android is. So there is a Termux app available on Google App Store. I think I already installed it just because of such commands as SSH and stuff like that that I could use at work too. And it has some additions. So additionally, you need to download. I think we will have a Termux API package, and it provides some methods to access information about your device, like specified here. And so it shows you. Then you can use the regular Linux commands, the Debian ones, apt. Oh, it's not apt-get, it's apt. Okay, so it's something specific more. Apt install Termux API PHP, and then it asks you to do some other setup, and then you can run PHP files like this. So you can write scripts in PHP and run them to monitor the stuff that API has access to this and stuff like that. And you can also run it as a web server, so it could actually get access to API. And I don't know if you can open it to the outside and access it from the other devices. Probably, and it requires root permissions and stuff like that.
No, actually, this is interesting because they managed to provide an environment that emulates a machine. You don't need to have root permissions.
No, you just need
to have that application installed. Probably this is not really root. It's some change root, or I don't know. It's something magic that happens there. But I actually tried and installed that application and could run PHP on the Android. This is just for Android.
So so you can write the PHP application and access API from other devices to check if something is new, like you have new SMS on your phone and stuff like that.
Basically, you can write native applications in PHP. Well, I don't know if you can call it native because you still need the Termux app installed. But well, if you want to do something quick in PHP, you don't have to go all the trouble of creating a native app or even a hybrid application. And this is pretty cool.
Yep, it is. So if you need something like some similar functionality or just want to play with it, check out the article, and it should be possible and great to have. Okay.
Yeah. So the last article that I would like to comment, if I can share the screen again. For some reason, there I am talking again. I did not ask, but
you're not compartillaring the screen.
Yes, but for some reason, some videos start playing here. I didn't ask.
What video? What are you talking about?
Of the previous streaming. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
I would like to comment this article that is about security plugins for WordPress. It seems lots of people are somewhat not very well protected because WordPress is a target of many security attacks. So I'm going to show this article here.
We already see it.
Yes, but for some reason it doesn't seem to believe that I'm logged. Okay. Anyway, the article is about. It was written by Asid Ahmad Bazil from Pakistan again, and he has written an article about different security plugins. I was not aware there were so many security plugins. It's in most of them have commercial versions, which means that this is a professional market. It's not just one plugin written by one guy that is having fun at it. It's actually a serious market. There are many companies, security companies, WordPress plugins, because as I said, WordPress is a target of many security attacks. And they have lots of plugins that do many things. There is a list of plugins here, and in the end there is a service that it's not exactly a plugin, but you can use it. For instance, if you have problems and in WordPress you cannot solve, either because you don't know or because you don't have much patience, you can use this plugin to do many things, including security services. And then there is a comparison side by side between WordPress security plugins in many aspects. One is about user login security. There are several features that it covers, and then it tells which plugins support which features or not. Then there is database security, file system security, and external access features. And then there is a section on which it tells what WordPress security plugin you should choose. It basically doesn't appoint a specific plugin. It just tells you which are the most important features and why, so you can evaluate according to your needs. If you run WordPress, of course. If you don't run WordPress, this article is not very interesting. It just mentions about things about security and how your WordPress installation may be vulnerable or not. Finally, there are some advice. This is here. Specifically to do not wait until a security attack happens, because WordPress has been a recurring target of security problem attacks. And it also mentions that there are other security plugins and services, and since this article is a live article, it will be updated to include more information about other plugins that may appear and also services. Once there is information about those plugins, you can contact to learn more about this. So if you are running WordPress, this may be a very interesting article, because sooner or later you may have security problems. Even if you are the best developer that understands a lot about security, if you use WordPress, you are practically in the hands of whoever written the code of the WordPress and also the plugins that you may be using. So it's an option for you to consider evaluating these plugins. Many of them are free in their basis, and then they have premium versions or premium services, because those are provided by companies. And there is also this WP Buffs, which is a service that you can try for free during 30 days in case you have trouble. Well, I think that's basically it about this article. And with this, you practically ended this.
I just want to say one thing that was so astonished by that Termux article that I forgot to mention that it was written by Luis Martinez Roa from Peru.
Oh, yes. Actually, he has written a package, and that article is about a package wrap around that Termux API.
Makes sense.
So with this, we are basically done here. On my behalf, that is all for now. Bye.
Bye.